Hello everyone, and welcome to our How to Training videos. Today, I'm going to present you how to build your online store with our Stores e-commerce and delivery platform. Let's assume that you want to sell online some handmade jewelry, some bracelets, earrings, necklaces, and rings, and then a few watches as well, as shown on this picture. Together, we are going to create these products in our store. After completing this training, the online store will look like this. In the Shop mobile application for iPad, let's tap on the menu near the top left of the screen. We see here a couple of departments. The top of the screen mentions the word departments. One is named Handmade Jewelry. The other one is Watches. Each one has a few sections inside. We just need to tap on the picture of a department to see its sections. Jewelry contains 4 sections: bracelets, earrings, necklaces, and rings. The top of the screen ends now with sections. If we tap on this bracelet section, we can see it contains 3 products. And the title of the screen ends with the word products. We can tap on the picture of a product for more details. We see it has a title, some pictures, a short and a long description. The short description reads, "Tap anywhere on this page to read more about this product and order. Swipe up for the next product." The long description tells more about the product, for instance how it is made, and what it contains. We see that this product comes in 3 different sizes, and each one has a different price. Finally, we read some information about the cost of delivery and the tax percentage. Then we tap on the back button once, twice, 3 times to get to the top level. We can see the same for earrings. And here are 3 products in necklaces. And finally, 3 products in the rings as well. To go faster to the top level, we can simply tap on the menu. Now we see the top level departments. Let's have a look at the other department, Watches. It has 2 sections: men's watches, and here you go with the women's watches. The men's watches section is empty, while the women's watches contains 2 products. At this point, perhaps you've noticed that our store is organized in groups of 3 hierarchical levels. At the top or first level, we have bigger groups that we call departments. Then, at the second level in the middle, each department contains sections. And finally, at the third level, each section contains products. For our online jewelry, we have decided to create a couple of departments. We can add others later, building new departments and sections and products. For another type of business, let's say a restaurant, we could have lunch menu as a first department, dinner menu as a second one, and finally, kids menu as a third department. And each department in that restaurant could, for instance, have the following sections: appetizers, entrees, signature dishes, beverages, desserts, and plus or minus a few others, depending on how the owner wants to organize their restaurant. In order to use efficiently this mobile e-commerce platform, you should define on a piece of paper how you want to structure your store. Let's now have another look at this jewelry store. Here is a view from the Shopper app that is also running on my iPad, showing exactly what your clients will see in your store. This is actually a great and quick way to validate your work and make sure you are happy with the way you have organized your store and the way your clients will see your departments, sections, and products. After running the shopper app for the first time, you'll need to connect to your store by entering your 6-digit store code. Another video will show how to invite your clients to your store, very simply, using your shop app on your iPad. After connecting to your store, you can navigate through your departments by tapping on this catalog icon. You can now see your first department, handmade jewelry. A text here tells you that you can enter this department by tapping anywhere, or if you swipe or flip up with your finger or your thumb, you can see the next department. Let's swipe or flip up the page. And here is the watches department. You can go back and forth between departments, like this. Swipe or flip up. Flip down. Again flip up. And flip down. Once decided, you can tap anywhere on the department page. Here now, we are inside the jewelry department. Once there, you can see the first section, bracelets, then you can tap on that page to enter that section, or like earlier, swipe or flip up and down, to navigate between sections. Let's try this. While we are on the sections pages. Let's flip up. Flip down. Flip up. And flip down, we are back to the first section. And finally, let's tap on the bracelets section. Now we see that there are 3 products here, we can navigate through them with the same gesture. Flip up. Flip up again. Now flip down. And flip down again, and we are back to the first product. And then we can tap anywhere on this page to see more about this product and add it to our shopping cart. As you can see in the lower toolbar, there is a cart icon with a red counter on it, showing that we have now a product in our cart. By the way, I need you to pay attention to one specific aspect, which is the fact that I can select a different variety of the product that is displayed here. I can see that the bracelet is offered in 3 different sizes: small, medium, and large. I can select either one and add it to my cart. I can also tap on the back button to go to the previous level and continue until the top level departments. I can also tap on the catalog icon as a shortcut to the top level department. One more thing in the shopper app. I can tap on this magnifier icon to search and start typing. With the search function, I can quickly find products in a single list. Then tap on any of them and directly get to the details of that product and add it to my cart. Everything looks great in the shopper app from a client's perspective. Now that you've seen everything we want to achieve, it's now time to build our jewelry store. First, here on a piece of paper, I have sketched how I want my store to be organized. At the highest level, I want to have my 2 departments. And then below, I want my sections. And finally below my sections, I want to see my products. Regarding products, I need to think about the different varieties of some products that I want to present to my clients. Remember, small, medium, and large for the bracelets. For that, I have done some preparation work, determining inside each section, the different varieties of each product that I want to offer to my clients. For bracelets, varieties could be, for instance, different sizes, small, medium, and large. For necklaces, varieties could be short, medium, and long. For earrings, let's have one variety, pair. And for rings, varieties could be a long list of sizes, like 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, and so on, until 13, and 13.5. For other products, they could be different colors, like black, brown, red, orange, yellow, and others. Another option is to sell your products as a single unit and without proposing any variety. So, instead of having one product presented in 3 different sizes, we would have 3 products, each of them telling in its title and description that it comes in a specific size. Which means, 1 small product, 1 medium product, and 1 large product. At the end, the outcome is the same, but in one approach, we have 1 product offered in 3 varieties, while in the other one, we present each variety as a separate product by itself. But eventually, it's up to you to decide how you want to present your products. In this video, I'll show you how to create different varieties of the same product. You should first know that there are 2 operational modes in your store. 1. There is what we call the user mode. And 2, we have the administration, or the admin mode. The user mode is where we are now, the screen with a blue background. This is where you will be most of the time, during your daily operations, when receiving orders, preparing them, and delivering them, or having them ready for pickup by your clients. Also, managing your catalog, like adding new products, making some changes, like the price, adding new pictures, or creating promotions. The admin mode is essentially used to build the structure of your store. Remember, we talked about departments, sections and products. The admin mode is used to create your departments and the sections inside. It is also used to describe what your products inside each section will look like, and how they will be offered. For instance, as a unit, which applies well to watches, or as a pair, for earrings, or if they come in different sizes, like small, medium, or large, for bracelets. So, departments and sections are created in the admin mode. But all your products are created and managed in the user mode. Therefore, to build your online store, the starting point is to log in the admin section of your store. If you are already in the user section, with blue background, tap on Logout and confirm that you want to leave. If you are in the green screen, you need to enter your store code. Then, tap on Go to Store User Login screen. Once there, tap on Go to Store Admin Login, which is the button with red characters inside. Enter your username and password. Initially, both user and admin modes share the same password, but you can decide to change the password of each mode to a different one, so the access to the admin mode will be restricted to you only, while the user mode could still be accessed by your employees as well. Now, let's log into the admin section of your store. Here I have entered my username, followed by my password. Now I tap on Login. A message pops up, saying, "No data present." Press plus to add a new department. Tap on the OK button to dismiss the message. Now, let's create a new department. Tap on the big plus sign that is on the top right corner of the screen that has a department's title. It will display an Add Department page, with 3 spaces in it, and an Add button too. First, let's give this name to our department, Handmade Jewelry. Then enter a description. Remember, the department page is the first level that gets displayed in the shopper application. So there, it would be very helpful to show your clients what to do, as they may need some instructions. Each department will display one picture, so the picture should be clear enough, along with its name, to indicate what that department contains. In the description field, type the following. Tap anywhere on this page to enter this department. Then on the next line, swipe up for the next department. you may notice that the more text you add to your store, the more your app suggests you want to type. If relevant, you can simply select by tapping on one of the proposed words. That will gradually accelerate the text entry, as the app running on iPad can make relevant suggestions based on your previous entries. I have created several stores, and often, my iPad proposes me exactly what I need to select, instead of entering everything, letter by letter. You could also attach a keyboard to your iPad, and build your store faster. Now tap on the white square. The app will ask you if you want to choose or take a picture. If you don't know how to transfer pictures to your iPad from a camera or your computer, then the built-in camera is a very practical and high-quality solution for adding pictures to your store. Select Take Picture. The first time, you will be asked if you allow the Shop app to access the camera. Tap OK to allow the use of the camera for your pictures. Now, zoom in and out by pinching the center of the screen with 2 fingers and approaching your fingers to zoom out, or the other way to zoom in. Or better, you could use the zoom slider, which is visible on the left side of your screen. Use your left thumb to set the zoom level. Please have in mind that you should always leave enough empty space between the subject of your photo and the edges of the screen. This is because you want your main subject to be always visible, no matter the devices that your clients will be using. Indeed, if the main subject is too close to the edges of your screen, then some of it may not fit, and your clients may not see the entire subject. It is often better to zoom out, which means take a smaller picture of your subject and have it well at the center of the screen. And then, as I will show you shortly, set its optimal size. Also, please think about cleaning the lens of your camera to avoid blurry pictures. Now press the circle button to take a picture. Now you can zoom in, and then move your picture inside the displayed white rectangle boundaries to reach the preferred size and placement. Again, as mentioned earlier, it is very important that you leave some gap between the subject of your picture and the edges of the white rectangle. Otherwise, some of the subject may not be visible on some of your clients' smartphones, as there are so many of them, and depending on their form factor, some losses may happen. Always take a small picture, then resize and reposition it inside the white rectangle, with enough gap between the main subject of the picture and the edges. Once you are satisfied, tap on Use Photo. If you are not satisfied, you can tap on Retake. Let's use the photo. Now the final picture is displayed inside the square on the Add Department screen. You can start all over again by tapping on the picture and following the same process. Last action, tap on the Add button to save your work. If you tap anywhere else, or the Done button for instance, you will lose your work. By the way, for your information, the lighting is very important for clear and beautiful pictures. Also, the camera of your iPad is a very good quality device, and you should be able to take great photos without the need of a separate camera. If you want to use existing pictures, you can always transfer them from a computer to your iPad using file sharing solutions like OneDrive or Google Drive. And then, you could use your photos present on your iPad in addition to the camera. So you have both options. Please remember that your pictures should be in landscape format with a resolution of 800 pixels, horizontal, by 600 pixels, vertical. Pictures exceeding 4 megabytes will be rejected, as they would take a lot of space and would take much longer to load, affecting the user experience. Now tap OK to dismiss the confirmation pop-up message. Your department has been saved, which is a great achievement so far. Now, we want to create sections in this department. tap on the picture of the department. This will bring you to a new screen for the creation of a section inside that department. Dismiss the pop-up message, then tap on the plus sign. For the title, enter bracelets. For the description, enter. Tap anywhere on this page to enter this section. Then on the next line, swipe up for the next section. Then tap on the square, and like for the department, take a picture representing well your bracelets section. Adjust the size of the picture so there is enough room between the subject and the edges of the large white square. Use the photo. Now save your section by tapping on the Add button. We should continue with the other sections. Let's create the earrings, as I am showing you here. Once inside the department Handmade Jewelry, tap on the plus sign. Then enter earrings in the title field. We should do something slightly different for the description field, as once your clients are on the earrings page, they will be able to swipe up and down to go to the next or previous section. Here is a good description that will tell them what to do. Tap anywhere on this page to enter this section. Then on the next line, swipe up or down for the next or previous section. Then we add a photo to it, again adjusting the size, so it leaves enough space between the subject and the edges. And finally we save. And close the confirmation pop-up message. The second section has just been created. I will continue with the other two sections off the record. For the last one, rings, I have again slightly changed the description, as it's the last one in this department, and the user can only swipe down. By the way, once a department or a section has been created, if you want to make changes to its name, or description, or picture, you need to long tap on its picture. Then after a couple of seconds, without releasing pressure, the background of the picture will be highlighted in gray, and then, upon releasing pressure, you will see a local menu with the option Edit in it, which will allow you to make changes. Please note that if you delete a department, or a section, then its entire content will be destroyed, and cannot be recovered. So far, we have created one department, with 4 sections in it. We need now to describe the products that will be added to each section. But remember, departments and sections are created in the admin mode. On the other hand, products are created in the user mode. For us to be able to create products, the section that contains them needs to define a set of fields, which will be used to add key information to the products that it will contain during their creation. It's simple. An example will explain how this works. First, let's go to the section, Bracelets. Tap on the department, Handmade Jewelry. Then tap on the Bracelets section. Now you are in a new page that contains the word fields. We are now going to define all the fields which can be used for the creation of products inside the Bracelets section. The screen shows 2 fields, Inventory and Sale Units. You can leave Inventory the way it is. Sale Units is used to define the different varieties of products in a section. Tap on the green pen icon at the right-hand side of the field that contains the text, Sale Units. You are now in edit mode of the Sale Units. Please notice the title of the screen, which contains the name of the section, bracelets, and the word sale units. The first line, field title, is only visible in your store. Your clients won't see that word, so it doesn't really matter how you name it. You may leave it the way it is, or change it to varieties, or to something else like sizes. It's always a good habit to use often the Save button, so you don't lose your work. As if you leave that screen without saving your changes, then all your entries will be lost. Now I tap on Save. Then I tap again on the green pen icon. The next screen shows that my change was saved as expected. My bracelets are offered in 3 sizes: small, medium, and large. The first displayed size is 1 unit, which is the default text. Let's change it now. Tap on the X button on that field, so it gets erased, then enter small. To apply your change, you must tap on the green pen. After tapping on that icon, the keyboard will be removed, meaning that your change was applied. Important. If you don't tap on the green pen icon, and add a new sale unit in the next line, then, as soon as you tap on the plus sign to add the new sale unit, you will see that your changes on the first line have been cancelled. Then you need to enter your changes again, and then tap on the green pen icon. This will be true for all field lines that have a green pen icon next to them, which means that you have to tap on that icon to apply your changes, one changed line at a time. Otherwise, your changes will be cancelled. For instance, if you make changes on several lines without ever tapping on the green pen icon, then tapping on that icon located on any field line will apply the changes that were made only on that line. All the other lines will be reverted back to their previous contents. So, please remember to tap on the green pen icon when you've made some changes on a field line that you want to keep. And here is a trick. If you don't want to keep your changes, tap on the green pen icon of another line. Or simply, don't save your changes. Also, there is a trash icon that you can use to delete a field that you don't want anymore. So far, we have one size sale unit, small. On the empty line below, enter medium. Then tap the plus sign. The new sale unit gets added. On the next empty line, enter large. Then tap the plus sign. Again, the new sale unit has been added. Important. You must tap Save, otherwise your changes will not be applied. Most issues are because the Save button is not tapped, or the green pen icons are not properly used. Once you get used to it, it's very simple. After saving our bracelets varieties, or sizes, let's look at the other fields. Tap on the empty space near field type. A Choose Field Type selection list is now shown at the bottom of the page. Here are the most important ones for your e-commerce and delivery business. 1. Delivery base price. 2. Delivery cost per mile. 3. Tax. The other field types are less used. Let's choose Delivery Base Price. What is this field used for? If a product in your store has that field populated with a dollar amount value, then when that product is ordered by a client, and your client has asked for a standard delivery, instead of a store pickup, then the delivery base price will be added to the client's bill. If several products are ordered, then the highest delivery base price amount is added to the client's bill, and only once, the smaller amounts are ignored. This is to avoid addition of several delivery base prices. In the list of available fields, once we are on delivery base price, we can tap the Done button, and then press the plus button. This brings us to a new screen. There, we can enter a text, which will be displayed in the Shopper mobile application. For each product that we will create, we can enter a delivery base price amount, or disable it. We will see that later during this tutorial. Let's enter the following text. Delivery base price, open parenthesis, $, close parenthesis. I have entered the $, between parentheses. I will show you later why. Now tap on Save. Let's add a new field. Let's choose Delivery Cost Per Mile. You may notice that the delivery base price is not proposed again, as it cannot be used multiple times for the same product, whereas others can. Let's edit by tapping on Done, then the plus sign. You could also directly tap on the plus sign, without the Done button, as a shortcut. And then, edit the text, and enter, Delivery Cost Per Mile, open parenthesis, $, close parenthesis. By the way, you may have again noticed that my iPad has learned some of my text entry patterns from previous stores that I created, and it automatically makes some suggestions that I can just tap to select. One word about delivery cost per mile. Like the delivery base price, this field will be used only for standard deliveries, and will be ignored for store pickups. It is used by calculating the distance between the delivery address, which will be provided by your clients, and the location of your store, and then by multiplying that distance by the dollar amount that you will enter when creating each product. You can, for instance, have a delivery cost per mile of 10 or 20 cents, while your delivery base price could be something like $3 or $5. All depends on your type of business, and what you are selling, and how you are delivering. During checkout in the Shopper app, the platform automatically calculates the total cost of delivery. If your products will be shipped to your clients by postal services, for instance, then you may want to disable the delivery cost per mile and just use the delivery base price to apply a flat shipping fee. Also, in the user mode, you can define a minimum order amount value, which could qualify the order for a free delivery. By default, the minimum amount is set to 0, which means all deliveries are free. It belongs to you to set the minimum order to something else. You can do that in the user mode, in the settings menu, and under the general settings. Let's finally add text to our product fields. Select it on the displayed fields list. Tap the plus sign. Then enter text, open parenthesis, %, close parenthesis. Finally, tap Save. If you wish to edit any field, just tap on the green pen next to it. And after modifying the field, don't forget to save. Now you can tap on the back button to go back to the sections page, or tap on Department Configuration to go all the way back to the top. From now on, you can follow the same instructions to add product fields to the other sections: earrings, necklaces, and rings. And here is the result. For the earrings, I just renamed the existing 1 unit to pair, and then tapped on the green pen. For the others, I modified the 1 unit field to short for necklaces, and size 3 for rings, and then tapped on the green pen to apply my changes. Then, for necklaces, I added 2 more sale units, medium and long, and then tapped on Save. For rings, I created a long list of sale units. Let's have a look at that. Let's go to the departments, tap on Handmade Jewelry, then Rings section, then tap on the green pen corresponding to the sale units. And here is the result. We have all sizes from 3, then 3.5, 4, 4.5, until 13 and 13.5. We had a second department, watches. I created that department, following exactly the same method, and created 2 sections inside, men's watches and women's watches. For their sale unit, I kept the default value of 1 unit. And I added all the other fields too, like I did for the bracelets. Delivery base price, delivery cost per mile, and tax percentage. The structure of our store is now complete. We need now to make it available to the user mode so products can be created. Long tap, for a couple of seconds, on each department, and then select Publish and Lock. A confirmation message tells us that the department will be published and locked, which means it cannot be modified anymore unless it is explicitly unlocked. Tap Yes to confirm we want to publish the department. Just a word of caution about that. Let's assume that you have published a department, created some products, and sold some of them to your clients. Then you notice that you need to make some changes to the department or its sections, which is a possible scenario. To make changes to a department after it has been published requires you to unlock it. But unlocking a published and used department and doing inconsiderate modifications to its structure and to the sections that are inside or the fields that you had initially created may cause loss of data to your store and to your clients. Another video will explain more about that and how you should pay attention when making changes to a department that has already been published and used in your store and by your clients. But as a guideline, when you make changes to an existing department, then try always to add things or change things like fields. Do not delete them, as deletions may cause loss of data. Once a department has been published, it will show a green dot on the top right corner of its picture. It is now ready to be used in the user mode. We have fully accomplished what we had to do in the admin mode. Let's now go into the user section of our store and create some products. Log out from the admin section. Then tap on Go to Store User Login. Enter your username and password, then tap on Login. Once inside the store, tap on the Inventory button. A message pops up saying, "No department found in this store." Tap OK. We are now in an empty departments page. Tap on the large plus sign on the top right corner of the page. A selection list appears at the bottom of the page, with homemade jewelry and watches in it. If you hadn't published those departments in admin mode, then you wouldn't see them here. Select homemade jewelry, then tap on the Done button. Tap on the plus sign again. This time, select the watches department, and tap on the Done button. Both departments are now added to your store. Tap on the picture of homemade jewelry. 4 sections are shown. Tap on bracelets. Tap OK to dismiss the message that explains how to add a new product. Tap on the plus sign. An empty form gets displayed, with 6 fields on the top, followed by all those fields that we created together in the admin mode. The top fields are mandatory fields. They must be populated with something. For the title, enter the name of your first product. I have entered enough information, so a search in the Shopper application can easily find that product without navigating through the entire store. Indeed, some clients may already know what they want, and search is a very quick way to find specific products. I have included some keywords, so the product can be quickly found, for example, with the word bracelet or the SKU number. By searching for bracelet, your clients will immediately find all products that contain the word bracelet in their title. For the images, you could either use some preloaded pictures in your iPad, with a preferred resolution of 800 pixels, horizontal, by 600 pixels, vertical, in landscape format. Or much easier, you can use the iPad camera, and add up to 5 pictures to each product. You can tap on the plus sign to add a new picture. You can also delete a picture by tapping on the small minus sign, which is on the top right corner of the picture. Finally, you can replace a picture by just tapping on it, and then do as explained earlier. Let's now add 5 pictures to this product. For the short description, let's enter the following. Tap anywhere on this page to read more about this product. On the next line, enter. Swipe up for the next product. For the long description, you can enter anything you want, but text only. You can copy-paste information from a website or other documents. You can transfer documents to your iPad using cloud file sharing solutions like Google Drive, and copy-paste information from them. The long description is shown to your clients when they reach the details page of a product and where they can add it to their cart. So it's important to provide interesting information about your products so your clients can decide to order. Threshold value is used by the inventory management to highlight products that have a low inventory so you can order them again from your suppliers. Stock is the amount of a product that you have available in your store. The next fields, you remember, are those defined in the admin mode. For varieties, you must choose at least one option by toggling the Enable/Disable button that is shown on these 3 size lines. And then, add a price for each. Depending on the selected size in the Shopper app, the corresponding price will be shown to your clients. If for a product, only one size is available, you should disable the other sizes. Only the available size will be shown to your clients. The other fields, delivery base price, delivery cost per mile, and tax, are all optional, and will be activated when you will enable the button next to each of them. Also, you must provide a numeric value for each of them when enabled. In the Shopper app, the extra fields below the varieties will be shown to your clients under a section, More about this product. Remember, in the admin mode, we put the % and the dollar signs between parentheses just after the delivery base price, delivery cost per mile, and the tax fields. It was just to make sure you would enter a numeric value in the Shop app when creating each product, as otherwise, you will have an incorrect result. So, do not enter any sign in those fields, but just numbers. Here are some numbers. Let's charge minimum $5 for each delivery. For that, I enter in the field delivery base price, the numeric value of 5, or 5.00. Let's charge $0.20 for every mile between the store and the delivery location. For that, I enter the value of 0.2 in the field delivery cost per mile. And, for let's say a 10% of tax, I enter here the value of 10, or 10.00. Don't forget to tap on the Save button. Also, while you are creating or updating a product, you should avoid tapping on the buttons on the left panel, as you will lose everything that you entered, and you will have to start all over again. After saving, your product will be immediately visible in the Shopper app, and your clients can order. If you need to edit a product, long tap on its picture, then release pressure, and then tap on the Edit line. Caution: if you delete a product, or an entire department, you cannot recover them. If you want to delete an entire section, then you will have to delete each product in that section. But again, be careful, as deletions cannot be recovered. If you want to change the inventory of a product, briefly tap on its picture, and then enter the new stock value, and tap Update. Also, you should understand the difference between the inventory menu, where you add departments, and create and update products, and the menu screen, just below Orders, which is only to display what you are selling. For instance, if a product is no more available, it will not be shown in the menu screen, while it will be always visible and accessible in the inventory screen. In other terms, the menu is only for displaying purposes, while the inventory screen is used to make changes. Do you remember that the watches department had two sections in it? And the men's watches section was still empty? If you have a product, or an entire section, or an entire department, that is not yet ready to be shown to your clients, possibly because it is still under construction, or no more available, you can simply tap on the green dot on the top right corner of its picture, and then it will become red, and a message will pop up, saying that the product, or the section, or the department, is unavailable for sale. And it will not be shown to your clients. Tapping one more time on the red dot will make it green, and again available for sale. There is one more action to do, to complete your shop. The last action for us today is to add a cover image to your store, so your clients who will be using the Shopper app can see your business picture. For that, you need to be in the user mode. Then tap on the Settings menu button. Under the business information, there are two empty spaces, or picture placeholders. One placeholder is for your store logo, which will be displayed in the circle that is located in the top left corner of your store screen. The other placeholder is for your store cover. Tap on the store cover, and you will be proposed to choose or take a picture. If you have already a good picture available on your iPad, you can choose it. For your information, the store cover picture needs to be in portrait format, or vertical, and its optimal size is 736 pixels, horizontal, by 1024 pixels, vertical. If you don't have a portrait cover picture ready, then you could use the iPad camera. In that case, after tapping on the store cover picture placeholder, select Take Picture. Then turn your iPad vertically, in order to take a portrait picture. Now, take a picture of your storefront, or something else that represents well your business. If you are satisfied with the picture, tap on Use Photo. Finally, tap on the Update Information button, as otherwise, your picture will be lost. You can then check your store cover picture, with the Shopper app running on your iPad, by tapping on the home icon. If it needs some adjustments, then you should take another picture, and try again, until you are satisfied. In this tutorial, you have seen how to build a store from scratch. You learned how to create departments, with sections inside, and how to create products. And finally, how to add a store cover picture. Now you are ready to invite your clients to your store. Another video will show you how to do that. If you need more information, please email us all your questions to contact@omtreksoft.com, or call us, or fax us at 855-558-0808. This ends our training video, how to build your online store with Stores e-commerce and delivery platform. And thanks for watching.